to the first update today of the compound Tirzepatide saga. I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Manjaro, Zepbound, Compound. That pen, we break news in the world of GLP-1s here so that you can have more competent and confident conversations with your medical team. And of course, Ella is here with me as well, hanging out with Daddy while he does a live stream. Listen, I wanted to come on and give you an update. Hi, Patty. How are you today? Hit that thumbs up button as you're coming in. That really helps the news get out. If you are finding the information that we share on the channel helpful, the thumbs up button is the easiest way to advocate for the work that we do. So I want to give you the first update. First of all, to lead the video off, nothing has happened yet, but I want to give you sort of an update on what I'm hearing, what I'm expecting, what I'm looking for today, and what I think may happen. All speculation at this point, based upon the best information that we have. And so I know I'm getting messages, inbox, phone calls, texts from many, many people today wanting to know what's going on. So I felt an obligation to jump on, give you all an update. So here's what I'm looking for today to sort of do the 10,000 foot view. Today is the day that the FDA has to report back to the court in the OFA trial against the FDA shutting down compound Tirzepatide by ending the shortage. By report back to the court, I simply mean that the FDA owes the court an update on where they've come, because as they left it last month, the FDA was reevaluating their decision to take Tirzepatide off the shortage list. Now, we're going to talk a lot about Semaglutide, but I promise it all leads back to what's going on with Semaglutide. So I want to tell you what I'm looking for today and what I'm expecting based upon what I am hearing. So to the point about Semaglutide, thanks for those who are hitting the thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're getting oh so close to 15,000 subscribers here. I believe we're at 14,567 as of current. Help us get to 15,000 by hitting the subscribe button. Semaglutide. So about 3 weeks ago, Novo Nordisk reported that all of their doses of Wegovy and Ozempic were back in stock and commercially available. Of course, that is what sets off the FDA's review period, by which they have to determine whether it's truly in stock and can ultimately remove it from the master shortage list that the FDA keeps. Now, if they do that, essentially what happens is compounding, mass compounding of Semaglutide has to end within 60 days from 503B pharmacies. Now, when Eli Lilly did the same thing back in August, there was about a 3-week period before the FDA validated officially the FDA shortage was over for Tirzepatide, which turned the clock on, that 60-day clock on 503B compounds. Now, essentially what we saw there was the FDA very quickly was sued by the Outsourcing Facilities Association, and the update from the FDA on their determination whether to keep it in shortage is due today by 5 p.m. Central Time. It is approximately 10:36 a.m. Central Time. Currently, there has been no update. Now, the reason that I bring Semaglutide up is because Tirzepatide took about 3 weeks. Well, I believe it was yesterday or the day before that we hit the 3-week mark for Semaglutide being reported as commercially available by the manufacturer Novo Nordisk. What I'm hearing from multiple insiders right now, I'm hearing this from multiple industry insiders from across the industry of compounding, the compounding space. I am hearing that their information and their sources within the FDA are saying that Semaglutide will be officially removed from the FDA shortage list today. Now, in conjunction with that, and that's been happening really over the last couple of days, this information's been coming into me. I've actually got an article ready to drop at OnThePen.com. If you are signed up for email alerts, you'll get that email as soon as it drops. Now, how does that play into what may happen? Sorry, I'm petting my puppy who's being extremely cute right now. Ella, say hi to the people on YouTubes. Say hi to the YouTubes. Oh, she's just so precious and tiny and sweet. So essentially what implications this may have to do with what happens in the OFA trial is if the FDA removes semaglutide from the shortage list, it's likely an indication that, and we laid out the three possibilities of what may happen today. Basically, they remove it off the shortage list completely, double down on their decision. They put it back on the shortage list, or they ask for more time. Before I had heard this confirmation from multiple sources, I thought asking for more time made the most sense. Now I'm really watching to see if they do indeed remove it from the shortage list, because the implication would be, I think, removing semaglutide from the shortage list would be telegraphing their intentions for what they plan to file in the court today, where they would probably stand by their decision to remove Tirzepatide completely from the shortage list. If they're going to do that with semaglutide today, my spidey senses tell me that they will probably choose to do the same with the Tirzepatide. Now, the first response that you probably have is, well, then the OFA will just continue their lawsuit, and they'll ask basically for the FDA's ability to enforce anything against compound pharmacies to stop until the court case is over. And you would be right. But I think the FDA, who's been painted into a corner on this, right? They don't want their authority to determine shortages challenged in any way. And I think they'll end up in litigation with the pharmaceutical companies if they go the other way with it. So I think what they're probably going to see today is they will remove Tirzepatide from the shortage list. They will remove semaglutide from the shortage list. And then I think they're going to throw a bone to the compounding pharmacies, maybe something in the way of, you know what, we're going to give you the off-ramp, so to speak, that you've asked for your patients, and we won't begin enforcing anything for X amount of time. That is sort of the play that I think could be made here that would avoid the potential continuation of that litigation. I could be wrong, but I am fairly certain that if semaglutide is removed from the shortage list today prior to the filing in this court, I think it is an indication that the FDA will likely stick to their guns on their decision for Tirzepatide. Now, I have to package this all again with the fact that this is speculation and nothing has happened yet. I will update the FDA shortage list here real quick and see if we've got any update there, which we do not. I will say that the FDA shortage list page is malfunctioning. It is not showing semaglutide in the way that it normally would, where it would show the doses and give everything. And this has happened before. There's precedent for this. So the night before, so first of all, the FDA updated their website back about a couple of months ago. And ever since then, it's been a bit buggy, especially when it comes to the shortage list. This happened the night before Novo Nordisk took semaglutide off the shortage list, or reported them all as commercially available. And the FDA website started acting funny. So it's acting funny. It's not showing up right. I think that could be an indication that they are changing something in the background, but we'll have to see what happens there. But I think that's what I'm looking for first thing today, is if something happens with the sema shortage, it should be a good indication of what could happen later on with the filing with the district court in Texas. Of course, we've been covering this all extensively at OnThePen.com, where you can really dig into what has happened in this. I've been following it closely, probably closer than any other news outlet that's out there. I know there are other creators that are following this as well too, but OnThePen.com, we've got all the articles up if you want to go there and check it out. As far as how to get updates today, so you need to hit the bell notification for updates here on YouTube, because I will do a long form video. But the order of reporting whatever happens today is going to go website. So you need to sign up for email alerts at onthepen.com/emails. There will be an article that we post. That'll go right to your inbox, email. You'll know right away what's happened, what are the implications, etc. Then I'll do a short form video on TikTok. So follow me over on TikTok if you're not there. And then the longer form video will come on YouTube. Of course, tonight we have On The Pen Live, which happens every Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Time. It is a talk show about all things GLP-1. And tonight's special guest is Allie G from Fit Flavor Fun. We had a wonderful conversation about GLP-1s. So we're going to bring that to you as part of our program tonight. Of course, we'll be talking about this as well. So yes, like Gina said, if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell notification so you know when there's an update. As soon as I have it, you will have it. So thank you all for hanging out with me for a few minutes here on this busy Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning, but will likely be a busy afternoon as well. So I do want to just add so some people's natural question is, if they end compounding for 503B pharmacies, what happens next? I do just want to say that what I anticipate happening is 503A pharmacies can continue to compound when the shortage is over, but there are some big caveats. They have to offer custom formulations, meaning it's not something that's commercially available. So think Tirzepatide plus B12 or Semaglutide plus B12 plus something else, right? The other thing is they have to or could also offer non-commercially available doses for people who don't tolerate the dose step up the ladder that is offered by the commercially available doses. For Tirzepatide, that would be 2.55, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15. So for custom dosage, think 4.25, 6.25, 8.25, those kind of interesting incremental doses that they could offer. Now, I think the question about that is how much Lilly will let that fly, right? Because there has to be a medical need that would precipitate that. And it's going to be pretty hard to justify how 2 million people have been doing fine on traditional compound that just sort of mirrors a copy of the branded medication in terms of its chemical makeup and its dosing schedule. So they're going to have a hard time justifying that with the medical records, and I think Lilly's going to go after that. So will doctors be willing to prescribe it is one thing, but pharmacies will be legally protected in providing it. It's just, will they be mass produced or mass prescribed rather? That's what remains to be seen, but we'll have to see what happens. Of course, we will cover all of it exclusively, extensively here at OnThePen, and so make sure that you're subscribed to all the things. Ella says thank you for joining us today. She is absolutely as precious as a little baby puppy can be. She is 7 weeks old and full of all the puppy energy that you would hope to have a puppy full of. So if anybody has any questions, now is the time to drop it in the chat. I would love to answer anything that you may have in this moment. Otherwise, in about 30 seconds, we're going to wrap up the live stream and go back to our regularly scheduled program. Ella says, hi, Neo. All right, we're ticking down. Last opportunity to ask a question. While I'm waiting for a question, I will just say again, tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Central for OnThePen Live. Tonight's guest would be Allie G from Fit Flavor Fun. So if you enjoy her channel, or if you haven't even heard of her, she's a wonderful, just bright light of a human being, and I so enjoyed my conversation. I know you're going to enjoy it too. Are they making a decision today on compound semaglutide? That is sort of what I covered at the outset. I do believe that the FDA will weigh in on whether it's actually commercially available or not, but it really has, it doesn't have anything to do with the current scuffle between the OFA and the FDA, and that's where the FDA has to report back to the court today. But I think there could be implications if they do move on that. That live stream is 9 p.m. Central Time tonight. Book, we've got another push in the coming days to try to wrap things up. So I'm still hopeful that before Christmas time we'll have that, Deb. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you enjoyed this live stream, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Share this live stream somewhere where conversations take place about GLP-1s so that everyone can be in the know. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being the best part of what we do at OnThePen. I couldn't, wouldn't, and shouldn't do it without you. So we'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Central, OnThePen live with Allie G from Fit Flavor Fun.